Hey guys, and welcome back to another Ignis Music Quick Tips video. Today I want to cover with you drums, whether you're using one shot, whether you're using loops, or whether you know them as samples, or any of these things, we're going to need to get you started with drums. Okay, so whether you're a beginner or a pro, we all like to use samples. Really easy to use, obviously it's just a click and drag scenario, and if you know the BPM, life gets really easy. So if we go over to here now to our Kashmir dance track over here, and we can actually drag and drop this sample in. Boom. All right, so we don't need the volume for this, so I'm just going to lower it for now because we can see this visual demonstration right here. All right, so what I've done is I've zoomed right in here by holding control and rolling the mouse wheel all the way up. And we can see the fact that our drum pattern is not in sequence. Even if we drag it physically on right here, so it's on the beat, you can see each one of these is not quite where it needs to be. But let's put it back into the starting position. How can we deal with this? Well, there are two ways, and one's kind of right and one kind of it is technically the way you should do it. So method number one is to physically go ahead and grab the stretch tool. The stretch tool can be found underneath the audio settings here, and then activate stretch over on the right. To do stretch, all you're going to do is you're going to come to the end of the sample and you're going to drag it over to the left, and we're going to put it where we think is basically on time, and that looks about right to me there. So I'm going to drop it there. Now I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to go have a look, and ooh, it still wasn't quite right. There must be a better way. Let's try it another way. I'm going to go ahead and mute this one for now because we're going to need that one for a demo. I'm going to come and drag this into track 3. I'm going to say audio track. Let's get that to position there. Looking good, my friend. Looking good. So next thing we need to physically worry about is getting this into tempo. Now there's several different ways as we explore, but we want to do one of the easiest ways next, right? Nah, let's save the best for last. So the next way we can physically deal with this sample is we can chop it up. So this involves just go ahead and grabbing our slicer and go and chop, 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 chop. So let's pretend this is obviously not a kick right here. This is a a vocal sample or something like that. Now this is a lot of work, guys. Not to say that you can't get it on time this way. It works grand. There's nothing physically wrong with coming in and dragging each one of these and getting them all into shape. Boom, boom. Obviously you guys would spend a little bit more time over this. I'm just doing this for visuals. So we're coming in and we're dragging. Who wants to do this for everyone, right? No one wants to do this. Is it just me, or does no one want to do this? I don't want to do this, and I'm supposing if I don't want to do this, you guys don't want to do this every single time. So yeah, come on, there must be a better way. We'll get rid of this version. Okay, is there a better way? I'm just kidding, guys. Come on, let's get down to it. And for this last one here, this is audio track. We're going to hit the menu up in the top left by hitting the very top left icon. You're going to get a pop-up that appears there. You're going to select bit to tempo. It's going to bring up another pop-up screen. You're going to hit the type in BPM option. It's going to bring up a new box, and it's going to say basically insert the tempo right here. What you're going to want to do is type the tempo of the track. It's not asking for that, it's asking for the tempo of the sample that we've put in. In this case, our Kashmir sample is locked at 124 BPM, conveniently notated on the sample that we've got, which is great. Thank you, Kashmir. So we're going to type in 124, and then we're just going to hit enter. Boom, and now it's on time. Oh, okay. Why did I want to go through all that mess, you're asking? Well, there's slightly different reasons for each version working or not working. So if we have a look at one of the reasons why typing in the BPM is so much more accurate, we can start with just physically timing itself. Scrolling into this one, you'll see the fact that every kick is exactly where it needs to be, which is great obviously for our track and producing purposes. Number 2 is the fact that if we want to change tempo, so let's adjust the tempo by even 10 BPM here, and we say restretch our samples. Now, yes. Now I'm going to zoom in. Now all our hard work at lining these tracks up before obviously didn't stand this type of manipulation. Neither did the first one. But look at our last type here is still actually on time. Now this can get substantially worse if we don't go in and correct it each time. So let's now drag this down all the way down, 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 down. Oh, I want it about 80 BPM. But so yes, the bottom version is still on time. Next version up is, ooh, it's almost an and before. Top version is now on time, which is pretty good because it's on half time, which is, yeah, that lines up perfectly. So you can see sometimes it works and sometimes it does not. But the bottom version has stayed sturdy and true. It's exactly on time no matter how many times we physically change the sample. This is exactly the way you want to treat all of your samples. If you can't get your BPM and key from a sample that you've purchased or got from somewhere, then you don't really want that sample. Make life easy for yourself by knowing the BPM and the key of the sample. Now there are ways to detect these guys, but that's another video entirely. Alright guys, that's it from me today. If you guys haven't already, go and check out ignismusic.com where we sell some of these templates and samples for you to go ahead and use straight off the bat. You can use all these techniques that we show you here with those samples and get them perfectly on time. But that's it guys, have an awesome one and we'll see you all again soon. Bye bye.